What's up, Eddie Bear here. Have you ever wondered how photographers are able to take pictures like this one here, where 50% of the picture is over the water and 50% is below, so you have like a split picture? So if you try to take such shots with the GoPro itself without any accessories, you will end up with pictures that are either completely submerged in the water, or your subject is submerged in the water but your camera is too much over the water, or you have water droplets all over your lens, and this is something you definitely don't want to go for. Well, today I'm going to show you how to achieve this with the help of a GoPro and with the Polar Pro 50/50 Dome. Okay, so this is the new Polar Pro 50/50. It is an accessory for the GoPro Hero Black, and it is designed to take pictures over and under the water at the same time. So let's take a look inside the box. Okay, so in the box are some instructions how to mount the GoPro and such. And here is the 50/50 itself. So we have a selfie stick like grip. It's not all plastic, it's kind of like a rubber surface, so it gives you a good firm grip to it. And that's the 50/50 itself. So there is a neoprene cover on top of it, so you don't get any scratches or something. Okay, so when I'm looking at the dome, this really feels robust. So it's not glass, but it's a really thick kind of plastic. And here is a rubber part you can take out and your GoPro goes in there. There is another additional little bag in here. Let's see what we got there. Okay, so we have again more stickers from Polar Pro, water repellent wipes, and I think this will be a wrist mount for you, as we know it from the GoPro selfie stick. Also, there is a mounting part so you can screw your camera in position. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to mount your GoPro on your Polar Pro 50/50. You take your dome, remove the plug, insert your GoPro. So the GoPro isn't going in too far, so basically it's just in a few millimeters. And watch that you don't get any kind of debris or particles in it. You close this lid, push it down firmly till you hear it click, and then you're good to go. Your GoPro is mounted really firmly in there, so it won't be moving around, and you still can adjust settings and stuff. The design is pretty cool so far. Now let's talk about the grips. So the Polar Pro grip is kind of similar to the GoPro selfie stick, but the core difference is that this one isn't a selfie stick, so it's just one part. You also can use the GoPro stick, but this one you can extend for better range. So if you want to shoot something that is further away, I guess you can also use this, but it's kind of like depending on your preferences. On the other hand, the Polar Pro stick floats, the GoPro selfie stick doesn't. So let me mount the grip onto the dome. So you take your dome, you take your grip, slide it in there, and then all you have to do is to screw it in, and this is your Polar Pro 50/50 Dome with the mounted grip. In order to show you how to use the Polar Pro 50/50 Dome, we have to get outside. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date whenever I do tech reviews, tests, or photo related stuff like this one. And make sure to check out my website eddie-bear.com to see the full written articles with all the links to the products I'm testing. So let's get outside. Welcome to the wilderness. So today we are outside, we are in the Alps as you can see, and I had a bit bad luck with the weather today, but I guess we can still manage it. Okay, so the first thing we're about to do is to wipe off this whole dome with this water repellent lotion thingy, so it won't have any unnecessary water droplets on it. So let's see how this works out. Okay, so now I wiped off the whole Polar Pro 50/50 dome and I'm going for a swim with my little fella here. So it's time to get our feet wet.
As I enter the water with the dome, you immediately can see the difference in the field of view of the GoPro. The amount of things you can see over and under the water at the same time are far away from what the GoPro has to offer you from stock. You'll also notice that the moment I leave the water, there is a huge amount of water droplets on the surface of the dome. Don't expect your first pictures to be perfect. You will definitely need some practice to know which angle to choose and how to move the dome to avoid any water droplets on the surface. And with time you will get better, and then you can achieve shots like this. While I was doing some test shots, I even managed to catch some wildlife in my footage.
So after you've seen the footage, what do you think about Polar Pro's newest addition to their family? Would you put the 50/50 dome on your GoPro? Have you ever tried over and underwater photography? Hit me up in the comments below and tell me what you think about it. I also compared some other products with Polar Pro's 50/50 dome to see where the differences are. And one of the key differences is that the housing of the 50/50 dome is completely made out of plastic, so it's really lightweight and it's easy to carry around. Other vendors tend to use aluminum or other materials that are not so light as this plastic. Also, while I was using the dome, I noticed that every time I wanted to take a picture, I had to push the trigger button on top of the GoPro, and this can introduce some downward movement, and other vendors got rid of that movement by adding a trigger on the bottom part of their grip. So every time you want to take a picture, you pull the trigger on the grip and it pushes on top of the trigger button on the GoPro and you take a picture. I guess it kind of depends on your preferences where you want to go with the other vendors or you want to go with the Polar Pro. So if you try out Polar Pro's 50/50 dome and you have some nice shots out of it, hit me up on my social media and I will get back to you. And as always, thank you for watching and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode and I'm looking forward to see you next time.